Ever felt like your life's just stuck on a loop? Like you re-watching everyone else as highlight reel while you read us trying to get through the day? That was Jason Rivera at 29. His world was the inside of a delivery truck, navigating the endless traffic of Dallas, Texas, 12-hour shifts, rain or shine, just to keep the bills paid. His small apartment felt like a cage, and his dreams, they were something he saw on social media, lived by other people. He'd scroll through feeds of world travelers and successful entrepreneurs, and the gap between their reality and his felt like a canyon. But one night, exhausted after another grueling shift, something inside him snapped. Sitting in his car, the engine off, he made a promise to himself: I will not let my circumstances define my future. That single thought was the tiny spark that would eventually start a fire. Jason wasn't just a delivery driver, he had a passion. Fitness. It was his escape. During his short breaks, he wasn't just scrolling mindlessly, he was learning. He devoured fitness videos, read blogs, and researched supplements. One day, on a crumpled napkin, he scribbled a simple idea: start a small online fitness brand. Nothing fancy, just real advice for people like me. It sounded ridiculous, even to him. He had no money, no fancy website, no followers. But he had something far more valuable: grit. So, the journey began, right there in his small living room. His setup was a joke by professional standards. Just his phone camera propped up on a stack of books, an old, slow laptop, and some DIY lighting he pieced together. When he posted his first few videos, the response was silence. No likes. No comments, just crickets. The only audience he had was a small group of supportive friends. But Jason knew something crucial. At the beginning, visibility doesn't matter, consistency does. So, every single night, after a long day of delivering packages, his second shift began. He'd edit videos, write blog posts, and dive headfirst into the world of digital marketing. He traded Netflix for tutorials, video games for editing software, and precious hours of sleep for building his dream. The first few months were brutal. Sales were zero. His follower count was stuck. The initial encouragement from friends started to sound more like concern. Why are you wasting all your time on this? They'd ask. His family worried he was burning himself out for nothing. Doubt, that old familiar monster, began to creep in. He questioned everything. Was this all a huge mistake? Was he just being delusional? But just as he was about to give up, he remembered why he started. He pulled out a pen and wrote a new mantra on his wall. Failure is temporary. Quitting is permanent. That was it. He wasn't just going to continue, he was going to double down. He refined his content, focusing more on the struggles of regular people trying to get fit. He shared his own journey, the late nights, the challenges. He was authentic, and it started to connect. Then, after 6 long months of relentless effort, it happened. One of his videos, a simple tutorial on fitting a workout into a busy schedule, started getting shared. And then shared again. It went viral. Comments flooded in. One in particular stood out. A man wrote, "This changed my routine. I thought I was too busy. Thank you." In that moment, Jason realized something profound. Even if he only impacted one person, all the sacrifice was worth it. That first small taste of success was all the fuel he needed. He took the tiny profit from his first few sales and reinvested every single penny back into the business. He bought a better camera, which made his videos look more professional. He paid for a simple branding package to create a real logo. He spent hours learning about SEO to make his content more discoverable. Slowly, but surely, the seed he had planted began to grow. The follower count ticked up, sales became more consistent, and a small community started to form around his brand. A year later, Jason did something he once thought was impossible. He walked into his boss's office and quit his delivery job. Not because it was a bad job, but because he had built something bigger. His side hustle had become his main mission. He hired his first part-time employees, a virtual assistant and a social media manager, to help him handle the growing workload. He developed and launched a fitness app, offering structured programs for his community. He started hosting webinars, sharing his knowledge with hundreds of people at a time. The small online brand that started on a napkin in a delivery truck was now reaching tens of thousands of Americans. People who saw themselves in his story of starting from the bottom and refusing to give up. Looking back, Jason's journey is a masterclass in persistence. He learned firsthand that consistency will always beat talent when talent doesn't show up every day. He discovered that celebrating small wins like that first positive comment or that first sale creates momentum that big, risky gambles rarely do. And most importantly, he proved that your story, your authentic journey, matters more than your resources. You don't need a fancy studio or a huge budget. You just need to be real. Today, Jason doesn't just run a business. He mentors others who are in the same position he was. He emphasizes that starting late, or starting small, doesn't mean you're destined to fail. It just means your path requires more patience and relentless, unwavering action. So, what's the final message here? Jason's story is a powerful reminder for every single one of us. Your current job, your 9 to 5, it doesn't have to define your future. Your circumstances, no matter how difficult they feel right now, are temporary. It's not luck that builds empires, it's dedication, day in and day out. You have the power to impact lives, even when you're starting from scratch. So, if you're in the USA, feeling stuck, overworked, underpaid, or less plain overlooked, remember this: your dream is absolutely possible, but only if you refuse to quit. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiration. See you in the next one.